Welcome everyone, Mike from Lake Effect Games, bringing us Al Wilson's Fast Drive Football, or our Table Football League 2025 Week 10 doubleheader. Our two games this week. Game 1 is the 5-4 Phoenix Howlers at the 6-3 Los Angeles Icons. And after that, Game 2, the game we've been waiting for, the 8-1 Buffalo Outlaws and the 8-1 DC Majors. So not only the top two teams in one division, not only the top two teams in the league, top two teams in the Eastern Division. Whoever wins that game is currently number one in the league. And looking at a bye week in the playoffs, although that is much too early. But we will start talking about them as of tonight. In between, all right, halftime of game 1, we will go over the week 10 scores. In between, we will go over the standings and league leaders. Halftime of game 2, we are gonna go over week 11 games, and after the second game, we're gonna have our first too early playoff look. What the current seeds are. It is the top Division 3. Top 2 get the round 1 bye. And the remaining seeds are, the wild card seeds are split up between the entire league. It's not division. There could be some there could be two teams in the same division in the final. So, who knows? This Buffalo DC could be the first of 3. If I said 9-1 versus 9-1, I meant 8-1 versus 8-1. But one team will be 9-1 at the end of all this. The other one will be 8-2 and still second in the league. So, without further ado, the Phoenix Howlers and Los Angeles Icons. And the Howlers will get the ball first. That was dumb. All right. So, kickoff. 26, that is average field position for the Howlers. Howlers' offense is semi-dull, semi-dynamic, and semi-inefficient. And the Icons' defense is semi-mild. If the Icons win, they will be at the top of the Western Division. They will have upended the Roswell Destroyers. So we will figure that out. $2-2-5. And if the Howlers win, well, they get a couple spots up in the wild card. So 2-2-5. Dull offense. Yes. So right from the start there. Unimaginative play calling is too easy to defend. Out comes the punter. So that is Davis Mullins. To kick it away. .22, that is poor field position for the Icons. Icons' offense is prolific, dynamic, semi-solid, shaky, and semi-efficient. Howlers' defense is blank. 135. That is a fumble. Automatic. The one who caused the fumble is John Medina. And the one who picked it up and how far he got with it, that is Ben Dahlberg with the recovery and an average field position. Four, 5-5. Dull offense, not this time. And the quarterback lunges across the goal for the goal line for the score. Touchdown run for the Howlers. They strike first. And let's see who that is. 33. That is Shamar Castillo with the touchdown run. Chris Witt for the extra point is no good. So that means it will be 6-0 Howlers halfway through the first quarter. .25. That is average field position for the Icons. Funny thing is, the Icons quarterback Chase Spencer is tied for second in touchdown passes, but he also has the third most interceptions in the league. So which Chase Spencer will we see today? 135. They're not going to give him a chance to throw an interception. They're just going to be too busy coughing up the ball. So that is another fumble. Not a good day for the Icons. .41. That is Justice Chrisman with the force. And Dahlberg again with the pickup and average field position. So let's see if they can get more points off another defensive hiccup. 5-6-6. Shaky offense, no. Staunch defense, no. And a touchdown pass. This is going to end the first quarter. From Arnott to Quentin Wagner. Can Witt redeem himself with this extra point? Yes, he can. And 13-0 as we end the first quarter. And a kickoff to start the second. Average field position for the Los Angeles Icons. .114. Prolific offense, yes. Short passing attack sets up field goal attempt. So it's not another fumble. And Damon Hawkins is going to try to put the Icons on the board. 46 and under is what's needed. And wow, that's the 66. That is the dead roll. And Hawkins' field goal is no good. And he is 0 for 1 on the day. And back to average field position for the Howlers. 226. Secure offense, no. Passive defense, no. And a fumble of their own this time. So which icon is forcing the fumble? Oliver Ford. And as far as the pickup, Ford again, and great field position for the Icons. So great field position. Let's see how this goes. 1, 2, 3. Poor field position, no. Great field position. Screen pass, catches, defense, and a blitz. That is a touchdown pass from Chase Spencer, who is now tied for the league lead with Buffalo's Oliver Jansen Wright with 19. Spencer to Dwight Garland. I believe that's his first of the year. I don't remember calling that name at all. And the extra point is good. So 13-7. Average field position for the Howlers, after the Icons finally get themselves on the board. 4, 5, 6. Staunch defense, no. Oh, wait, wrong one. Dull offense, yes. Offense goes backward after crossing midfield, another failed drive. So that is a punt. And they are now starting to lose that momentum they had been gaining the entire first quarter. 2 scoring drives and causing 2 fumbles. Although, what's this? Possible punt fumble, or punt return fumble. 5, so that's not what's going to happen. So fumble, 4, 5, 6. Average field position. So the Icons in average. One, 2, 3. That poor, no. Great, no. So that is a punt. As we are within the last 5 minutes of the first half. 56, that is average field position. For a regular punt, great field position starts at 62. 2, 4, 5. Dynamic offense or soft defense? Dynamic offense, so that is great field position. And the next roll will only be 1. Which There's only one left in this half anyway. One, two, four. Season prior to 2014. Great field position. Offense just short of first down. Out comes the kicker. So Witt is going for the field goal. 62, no good. So neither kicker is having a great day so far today, as they are both 0 for 1. And the score at halftime is the Phoenix Howlers 13 and the Los Angeles Icons 7. And the Icons will get the ball first in the second half. So, scores of week 10. The Cleveland Coyotes over the Baltimore Marauders 33-24. The Boston Banshees over the Halifax Ice Dogs 24-16. Jersey City Wise Guys beat the Charleston Minutemen 30-20. The Lexington Cavalry over the New Orleans Swamp Crocs 27-23. The Nashville Jacks finally snapped their losing streak. They were tied for first in the division, and they just crumbled against Oklahoma. And since then, but maybe this win will get them back. A win over the Birmingham Red Tails in overtime, 35-33. Speaking of the Warhogs, they beat the San Antonio Marshals 39-13 to keep the head of the Central Division. The Memphis Kings versus the St. Louis Archers. Memphis 23-16. In the West, the Las Vegas Blackjacks over the San Diego Silverbacks 17-13. Overtime, the Salt Lake Mustangs over the Dakota Devils 43-41 in overtime. And finally, the Anchorage Bears upset the Roswell Destroyers 20-7. This was that last game alone makes it feel like a crazy week, as Anchorage was 3-6 at the beginning of that game. And damn it. And Roswell was 7-2. So for them to beat them that hard is just, I didn't see it coming. So, second half, the Icons will get the ball first in average field position to start the second half. Three-3-6. Staunch defense. No. Stiff defense. No. And that is a touchdown pass. Depending on this kick, it either ties or will put the Icons up. And now Spencer is the league leader in touchdown passes. This one for Jermaine Bush. Nope, sorry, wrong team. 43, that is Steven Cerna. If I'm not mistaken, he is now tied for league lead in receiving touchdowns with 10. Extra point is good. And the score is now 14-13 Icons. So have managed to crawl back after that abysmal first half, or first quarter. An average field position for the Phoenix Howlers to start the second half. Well, start it for them. 2-3-3. Solid offense? No. Mild defense? No pip. So that is an interception. And it looks like this could get bad quickly for the Howlers. 53, that is Wallace McCain. In average field position for the Icons. One, 4, 6. Staunch defense, no. Ball carrier stiff arms a linebacker and sprints into the end zone. That is a touchdown run. Oh, just these two. Runner, 62, that is Quincy Hunt. Both Hunt and the starting running back, Dowby, pretty high on the rushing touchdowns list. 31, that is, the extra point is good. So it is now 21-13 in favor of the Icons. Average field position for Phoenix. Gotta try to do something at this point. 2, 4, 5. Dynamic offense. Nope. Or soft defense. No. The semi says no. So porous offense. No. So a coffin corner punt. Hoping to trap the Icons deep in their own end. Here's Alan Parks, or not Alan Parks, here's Davis Mullins again. 42. I believe that's poor field position. Decision to play the field position game works, pinning the opponent deep. So poor field position for the Icons with 5 minutes to go in the third. 1, 4, 5. Great field position? No. Inept defense? No. So a field goal attempt for Damon Hawkins, looking for his second. Oh, looking for his first. It's his second time up. And just gets it. It sort of pings off the inside of the right bar and doesn't kill it. Still gets through. So that is, the field goal is good. Hawkins now 1 for 2. It's now 24-13. A slow start, but now the Icons in command of this game. Possible fumble in kickoff, but no. Return team recovers after a mad scramble backward. Poor field position. So 1:15 left in the third quarter. 4-4-5. This will go into the fourth. Just want to make sure before that nothing affects the clock. $17 scored in the third quarter for Los Angeles. And they lead the Los Angeles Icons lead the Phoenix Howlers after 3, 24-13. Now 4-4-5. Erratic offense, no. Disciplined defense, no. Field goal attempt. So Witt is hoping to get his first after the failure earlier. And he will not. The doom roll, the second time the doom roll has popped up, last time it was for Hawkins in the beginning of the second quarter. So Witt now 0 for 2. And that is not good if you're trying to come back in this game and you're down by 2 scores. One, two, three, average field position. So we know it's a punt. Yep. And that will be average for the Howlers. Five, 5, 6. Poor field position, no. Efficient drive capped off by a short pass for a touchdown. So Arnott gets a touchdown pass. I think it's still too early for an onside kick. I think that's got to be in the last 5 minutes. Yep. So can't do that yet. But it's getting ahead of ourselves. Let's roll for the receiver. 25. That is Brandon Gibson with a touchdown grab. Extra point is good. But so far with how Witt has been kicking, you don't exactly know for sure, as he is 0 for 2 in field goals and now only 2 for 3 in extra points. And he is one of the, not the highest, but one of the higher. Before this game, he is in the 5 most accurate kickers for field goals so far. He will be off that list as of next week. Kickoff. Average field position for the Icons. One, two, two. Home defense or undisciplined offense? Neither. Stiff defense, no. So a field goal attempt, another one for Hawkins. And he's got it. He is now 2 for 3. And he's a lower number too. That's the kind of sad part for Witt. But the score is now 27-20 Icons. Average field position for the Howlers. 3-4-5. Dynamic or home offense? No and no, because no dynamic because of the pip. Soft defense? No. So this will be a punt. Although, yep, that's a punt. I'm going to have a question for Al Wilson after, just for a ruling, and I don't want to get it wrong, so I'm just not going to do it. We've got a possible return. Nope, Los Angeles is not electric. So a regular punt, I believe that is average. Yep. .345 left in regulation. 1, 2, 4. Season prior to 2014. Great field position, no. So a punt. So let's see. An 11, 12, or 66 would be really good for Phoenix right now. And no. But it is average field position. Inefficient? No. So, that would have been a touchdown, but it goes way past the clock. Actually, no, it wouldn't because of the dull. What is the desperation for average? Sum of 6. I don't know if that's 6 or more or just 6, but 5, 6, 7, 8. So the desperation is a fail, and this game is over. The final score is the Los Angeles Icons 27 and the Phoenix Howlers 20. Okay, so that puts the Howlers at 5-5. Oh, and 4-4 in division. The Los Angeles Icons are now the top of the West. I just need to write a couple things down here. So, in the East, for standings, Buffalo and DC are tied at 8-1, 6-1 versus playoff opponents. They've never faced each other. The Boston Banshees are 6-4. The Jersey City Wise Guys, Charleston Minutemen, and Cleveland Coyotes are 5-5. The Baltimore Marauders are 3-7, and the Halifax Ice Dogs are 1-9. In the Central, the Oklahoma Warhogs and Lexington Cavalry are 7-3 and 6-2 versus division. Oklahoma owns the head-to-head tiebreaker for the season between the two. St. Louis Archers and Nashville Jacks are both 5-5. The Memphis Kings and New Orleans Swamp Crocs are 4-6. And the San Antonio Marshalls and Birmingham Red Tails are 3-7. In the West, the Los Angeles Icons are 7-3 with 7-1 versus division. The Roswell Destroyers are 7-3 with 6-2 versus division, one of those losses being the Icons. The Phoenix Howlers and Salt Lake Mustangs are 5-5. The Dakota Devils, Las Vegas Blackjacks, San Diego Silverbacks, and the Anchorage Bears are all at 4-6. So, that is the standings. How many did Spencer get this today? It was like, what, 2? Yep. All right, so passing touchdowns. Chase Spencer for the Icons leads the league at 20. In second, Buffalo's Oliver Jensen Wright with 19. Birmingham's Rashad Morris at 18. And then DC's Lonnie Jones and Memphis Jamison Krasner tied at 17. Rushing touchdowns. DC's Devin McKnight and Oklahoma's Lucas Alfred, each with 11. Baltimore's Benny Lowell and Charleston's Avery Moss, each with 9. And Los Angeles' Jermaine Dalby and Lexington's Simon Brenner, each with 8. Receiving touchdowns. Cleveland's Kyle Carsons and now Los Angeles' Steven Cerna, tied at 10. And there's a 5-way tie with 7. Interceptions. The 3 with the least are, well, DC's Lonnie Jones and Buffalo's Oliver Jensen Wright with 3. And Halifax, of all teams, their quarterback, Ellis Rathburn, with only 4. 3 most are Los Angeles' Chase Spencer with 13. Las Vegas' Dale Cardell with 15. And Boston's Nolan Rose with 17. Interceptions by defender. Halifax' Keith Neal with 8. DC's Edward Ashley and Lexington's Carl Jackson with 7, and a 4-way tie with 6. Forced fumbles. DC's Perry Griggs with 6, Dakota's Joshua Rivera with 5, and Anchorage's Lorenzo Driscoll, Birmingham's Shane Hogue, Buffalo's Craig Ragland, and Oklahoma's Alex Screet with 4. For fumble recoveries, Birmingham's Edward Bagley with 5, Buffalo's Bagley, Roman Ochoa from Buffalo, and Oklahoma's Alex Screet, all with 5. And Dakota's Joshua Rivera, Los Angeles' Oliver Ford, who actually now has 5 himself. And so Dakota's Joshua Rivera and San Antonio's Giorgio Giulianos with 4 each. Time of possession. Wise Guys with 322 minutes and 30 seconds, 258. Roswell with 320 minutes even, 256. Charleston Minutemen with 310. Same thing with Oklahoma Warhogs. That's 248. And the Anchorage Bears and St. Louis Archers with 307 minutes and 30 seconds, or 246. I'm sorry. 1 second. Got some kind of throat back up, and I'm still feeling it. Field goals made. Oklahoma's Marvin Byrne, 22 of 28. Dakota's Mark Dunton, 21 of 22. Baltimore's Stephen Fleming with 20 of 23. Charleston's Wes Fuller with 19 of 20. and a three-way tie of 18 for 21. Witt was one of those, and so was Zach Poole for Buffalo. Field goal percentage, and I can't just go looking for percentage like I can with the next amount of touchdowns and stuff like that. Can't go fooling around with percentages when I don't have a calculator because I'm recording with the phone. Anchorage Jamie Kelly is our only remaining perfect field goal kicker. He's 16 of 16. Mark Dunton is now only 21 of 22. That's 95.4%. Charleston's Wes Fuller, 95% with 19 of 20. Boston's Isaiah Adams, 94.1. That's 16 of 17. And coming into this doubleheader, Chris Witt, 89.4%, 17 of 19. Now 17 of 21. Oh, points for DC with most is DC with 327, least is San Antonio with 125. Points allowed, least is Oklahoma with 157, most is Halifax with 350. And point differential, DC has plus 127 and Halifax has minus 159. I just need to fix something up here before we get started. All right. Okay. So at the end, or at halftime of this game, of this upcoming game, we will go over the Week 11 matchups. And after the game, we will go over the current playoff picture. All right. 8-1 Buffalo Outlaws, 8-1 DC Majors. I've been waiting for this game since I started playing this week. All right. It will be DC getting the ball first. Go play, Diesel. And average field position for the Majors. One, two, three. So that is average field position, and it's neither. So, right, poor would be a punt, great would be a TD pass, and you would think average would make a field goal, but no, it's a punt. All right. So here's Dalton Hansen to kick it away. 15. So we got a possible punt block. A 1 or a 2 blocks the punt. No. So that is average field position for Buffalo. Oh, I'm sorry. DC's offense is prolific, dynamic, and efficient. Buffalo's defense is active and undisciplined. Buffalo's offense is semi-dynamic, semi-solid, reliable, secure, and semi-inefficient. DC has a blank defense. So here is Buffalo's first drive. 166. Dull offense, no. Receiver leaps, beating the defender to the ball. Touchdown. Touchdown pass, and that league-leading touchdown passing is once again tied. As Jansen Wright flings one to Khalil Osborne. I believe that's actually his second of the season. Kick is no good. This is starting to look familiar. So it is 6-0 Buffalo after their first drive. And kickoff. 16, that is poor field position for the Majors. Returner makes a poor decision to return the ball from his end zone. So poor field position for DC. Not where they want to be right now. 366. That might make up for it. Poor field position. No, it won't, because it's about field position. Offense, unable to move past midfield this drive. So that is a punt. $65. That is great field position for Buffalo, I think. Regular punt. Exciting return, great field position. $146. Staunch defense? No. Ball carrier stiff arms a linebacker and sprints to the end zone. That is a touchdown run for the Outlaws. Runner is Mitch Barrett. Extra point, 62 and under, is good. And now Buffalo leads 13-0. Let's see if they will suffer the same fate as Phoenix, who was leading after their second scoring drive, 13-0. Average for DC. $336. Staunch defense, no. Stiff defense, no. And that is a touchdown pass for the Majors. That is Jones to Carriger. Extra point, 61 and under, is good. And now 13-7. Jones now with 18, tied with Rashad Morris for third. Average field position for Buffalo. .345 left in the first quarter. 2-6-6. Passive defense, no. Clumsy offense or active defense, no. So that is a punt. That will take us into the second quarter. And the score after one is 13-7, Buffalo Outlaws over DC Majors. Average field position for the Majors. .344. Mild or undisciplined defense? Yes. So it's going to be a field goal attempt. Defensive mistakes help the offense this drive. So Tyrell Gilbert looking for his first field goal of the night. .62 and under. And he's got it. It's now 13-10. The Outlaws still in the lead for now. And they have average field position. .224. Aggressive defense, no. Disciplined defense, no. So a punt. Are they starting to crumble like the Howlers did? Poor field position for DC. .256. Great field position, no. Home or disciplined offense? Yes, home. So a field goal attempt, Gilbert looking to tie this up. And he does. So he is now 2 of 2. And the score is 13-all. Average field position for the Outlaws. 5 minutes left in the half. And the Outlaws will get the ball first in the second half. 1-4-4. Poor field position, no. Undisciplined offense, no. So a field goal attempt for Zach Poole, 55 and under, to try to put Buffalo back in the lead. And he's got it. And he is 1 for 1. And the Outlaws are up 16-13. With 2.5 left in the second quarter. Average for DC. 145, and that is the half. And they're efficient. Or is that only for the end of the game? Okay. So yeah, they can go for that field goal. And Gilbert looking to tie it up, and he does. And he is now 3 for 3. So let's see. And all field goals second quarter. So week 11 matchups. In the East, Buffalo hosts Halifax. So if they lose, that's got to be a nice little morale boost for them. Charleston hosts Cleveland. Charleston Minutemen host the Cleveland Coyotes. DC Majors and the Baltimore Marauders. Once again, a little confidence boost there if somehow DC doesn't pull it off. And finally, Jersey City visiting Boston. In the Central, Birmingham Red Tails visit the Oklahoma Warhogs as the Warhogs try to keep in first. New Orleans Swamp Crocs visit the Memphis Kings. The Lexington Cavalry looks to take that first place spot as they face the San Antonio Marshals. And the Nashville Jacks face off against the St. Louis Archers. Finally in the West, the Anchorage Bears face the Salt Lake Mustangs. Phoenix Howlers take on the Las Vegas Blackjacks. Roswell tries to take their division back as they host the Dakota Devils. And the Los Angeles Icons take on the San Diego Silverbacks. That is week 11. All right, so starting the second half, Buffalo currently tied with DC 16-16, gets the ball first. And average field position to start the second half. Two, 3-3. Solid offense. No, not without the pip. Mild defense. No. So that is an interception. Not a good way to start the half. Oh. Let's see, 51. That is Joseph Boban, who's just outside the league leaders. And that is poor field position for DC. Poor field position has not stopped them from getting points, as they did get a field goal that way. 4-4-5. Erratic offense, no. Disciplined defense, no. So a field goal attempt to try to take the lead for the first time in this game. Gilbert, 62 and under. Does not get it. Gilbert fails it. And he is now 2 for 3. Worst possible time for that to happen. Average field position for Buffalo, 1, 2, 3, so that will be a punt. So that failed field goal didn't hurt DC too much. 63, great field position for the Majors this time. One 6-6. Dull offense, no. Receiver leaps, beating the defender to the ball. Touchdown pass, DC. That is going to take, that was a 5-minute drive. Touchdown pass from Jones to 21, Scott Gray. Extra point is good. So it's now 23-16 DC Majors. Once again, that 13-0 lead has completely vanished. Average field position for Buffalo. One, 3, 5, and that's a fumble. Let's see. Causing the fumble, 45. That is Jimmy Creel. And pickup and location. 11, that is Griggs. In average field position. And that is the end of the third quarter. And the score is DC 23, Buffalo 16. Three, 4, 6. Great field position? No. Erratic offense or disciplined defense? No and no, so that's a field goal attempt. Let's try to make this a 2-score game. And it is. So, Gilbert now 3 for 4. Don't you do it, Diesel. You leave him alone. Don't be a bully. Come on. It's now 26-16. All right, kickoff. Average field position for Buffalo. Yeah, he's allowed to be places too, Diesel. You just bully him off everything. Poor field position, no. Inept defense, no. So a field goal attempt for Poole. 55 and under. And he just gets it. And he is now 2 for 2. The score is 26-19. With 10 minutes left in regulation. Average field position for DC. And this has been pretty epic a matchup, to be honest. 255. Staunch defense, no. Great field position, no. So a coffin corner punt. To say the Outlaws are not out of this one yet. 64. And that is a great return. So a great return from a coffin corner punt with 7:30 left in the fourth quarter. Buffalo down by a touchdown. 1-2-3, that is great field position. Screen pass, catches defense in a blitz. Touchdown pass, Buffalo. So that is Jansen Wright. To 46. Antonio Martin. And extra point is good. So we are now tied at 26. With 5 minutes left in regulation. It would actually be pretty epic to see this of all games go into overtime. We'll find out. Average field position for DC. Three, 4, 6. Great field position, no. Erratic offense or disciplined defense, no and no. So a field goal attempt. And it's good. And Gilbert is now 4 for 5. And the score is 29-26. .63 average. 2:30 left. Inefficient? Yes. Let's get that 1, so they do get the drive. 1, 2, 4. Great field position, no. So 1, 2, 4, that's a punt. They are not going to get that extra click, that extra tick for going for it. So they're going to need a desperation play. So here we go. No, they don't get it. And DC takes it. Final score of 29-26. And this one was an epic. Let's see. 16, right? 23. So 6 for DC. And 10 for Buffalo. Hold up, something doesn't seem right. 26, okay. 14, 23. Okay, yeah, that's correct. Yeah, so 29-26. I knew something was going to happen. Something not in the leader's favor was going to happen when they had that 13-0 that started with the failed extra point. And so the two early playoffs. But first, let me put up DC Majors at top. And for the first time in a long time, there is no question. DC 9-1, Buffalo 8-2. So DC and LA, 2 winners today, and if the playoffs started tomorrow, would be taking the 2 bye weeks. We'd be seeing number 3 Oklahoma and number 14 Cleveland, number 4 Buffalo and number 13 Salt Lake, number 5 Roswell and number 12 Nashville, number 6 Lexington versus number 11 St. Louis, number 7 Boston versus number 10 Charleston, and finally number 8 Jersey City and number 9 Phoenix. If the playoffs started tomorrow, but they don't, we have 8 weeks to go. Anything can happen, except Halifax winning the Eastern Division. That can't happen, probably. I think due to what's it called? Due to tiebreakers and such, that's got no chance of happening. Until next time, this has been Table Football League, played on Al Wilson's Fast Drive Football. And with the release of the Fast Inning Baseball Commissioner's Handbook, working on this. So we will see where that goes. It looks to be a 16-team league. So far, I've gotten all my pitchers, my starting pitchers created, and my closers. So just need regular relievers and offense players, and then I will start on that. So week 11, I will have something of possible matchups in the group for a poll. Top 2 will be week 11's doubleheader. So Al Wilson's Fast Drive Football and Fast Inning Baseball can be found on 3d6-gaming.com. The stuff there is free to download. There's also a few not-for-profit charities. If you could donate, that would be awesome. So This is Mike from Lake Effect Games. Have a great night.